Hi, in this video, we'll take a look at an example, how to solve an equation by completing the square. Our example is 2x squared plus 8x equals 1. Let's get started. Here is our example. First thing we want to do is check that the coefficient of x squared is 1, which means the number of x squared is 1. The number in front of x squared is 2, it is not 1. So we must divide by 2 across. That means we're going to divide this term by 2, this term by 2, and also this one. Here it is. We get x squared plus 4x equals 1 over 2. Now the coefficient of x squared is 1. If we don't write a number in front of x squared, that means it is 1. We also want to make sure that the constant, meaning the number without the x, is on the other side. So now let's complete the square. Let's take the number in front of x, in this case 4. Let's divide it by 2 and square it. We always take the number in front of x. We always divide it by 2 and then square it. So we take 4, we divide it by 2 and then square it. 4 divided by 2 is 2. 2 squared is 4. Now, what are we going to do with that 4? We're going to take this equation here and write it right here. Notice I put plus an empty space on the left-hand side and plus an empty space on the right-hand side. And this is where we're going to put the 4, here and here. We have to do it on both sides. Because of the equal sign here, whatever change we make to the left-hand side, we must do the same change to the right-hand side. Now we are ready to factor the left-hand side. How do we factor the left-hand side? We're looking for two factors of 4 that will sum up to positive 4, which means we are looking for two numbers. When multiplied together, we get this 4, and when we add them together, we get this 4. Those numbers are 2 and 2. 2 times 2 is 4. 2 plus 2 is also 4. So the left-hand side is going to be factored the following way. X plus 2 times x plus 2. So this is why we get x plus 2 squared on the left-hand side. The square here means x plus 2 times x plus 2. What's happening with the right-hand side? Well, we need to add these together. In order to add these together, we need to change 4 to a fraction with denominator 2. What number divided by 2 gives us 4? 8. 8 divided by 2 is 4. So we change 4 to a fraction 8 divided by 2. Now we can go ahead and add these together. How do we add them together? 1 plus 8 is 9 over common denominator, which is 2. Now let's proceed to solving this for x. Notice we have a 2 in the exponent here. We want to get rid of it. How do we do that? Well, we'll take square root of both sides. Why square root? Notice we don't have a number here, which means the number is 2. Now this 2 matches this 2, so when we simplify this, we get x plus 2. On the right-hand side, we have square root of 9 over 2, and in front of it we have plus or minus. Why do we put plus or minus? Well, let's take a look at an example. Let's say we have x squared equals 25. This is asking what number squared is equal to 25. We know that 5 squared equals 25, but also negative 5 squared equals 25 because negative 5 times negative 5 is positive 25. This is why we have plus or minus in front of it. Let's simplify this. On the left-hand side, we just get x plus 2. And on the right-hand side, we get plus or minus square root of 9 divided by square root of 2. Because we have division under the square root sign here, we can separate them into radical 9 divided by radical 2. And we know that radical 9 is just 3. So instead of writing square root of 9, we're going to write 3. Now, because we have plus or minus on the right-hand side, we'll separate this into two equations. One with positive 3 over radical 2 and one with negative 3 over radical 2. And now we'll solve for x by subtracting 2 from both sides, meaning from the left-hand side and the right-hand side, and same thing here from the left-hand side and the right-hand side. So we get the following. X equals 3 divided by radical 2 minus 2, and x equals to negative 3 divided by radical 2 minus 2. And these are the answers. Don't forget to subscribe for more.